Hey gem hunter, did you know that some stones hide a secret inside them just waiting to be discovered? Picture this. You look at a seemingly ordinary rock, but if you look closer, you'll realize it holds a diamond inside. How is that even possible? How could something so precious be hidden inside something so simple and often undervalued? That's not something you see every day, right? And here's the mystery. Could you, by any chance, find one of these stones in nature? That's the kind of question that'll definitely make you want to learn more, and that's exactly what we're going to explore today. The journey to uncover what's inside these precious stones starts now. Now think for a second. What if you knew how to spot these rocks that hide precious gems inside? How would you feel knowing that, with just one more step down the path of a simple rock, you might have found a treasure? It sounds like science fiction, but it's a natural reality, and you'll soon understand how these stones form. What's even more intriguing is that they're scattered all over the planet, waiting to be discovered. But how do gems like diamonds even get in there? And even more importantly, how can you? Today, we're going to talk about something fascinating that goes beyond just the beauty of stones. These rocks have a story behind them, a transformation process that involves massive natural factors. We're going to dive into how these rocks form and what makes them special. After all, you don't come across an ordinary stone hiding something extraordinary every day, do you? And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll have the tools you need to identify these stones when you spot them out there. That's right. You'll know how, where, and why to search, and most importantly, how to recognize the value they might be hiding. And since you're here, why not be part of this discovery journey? Subscribe to the channel and leave a like so you can keep getting more content like this directly in your feed. This isn't just for people who are into stones and gems. It's for anyone who wants to better understand the natural world around us. Just think about it. Besides learning how these stones are formed, you'll also pick up tricks and tips that could be useful in your everyday life. Who knows, it might even help you find hidden treasures out there. Most of the precious gems we find in jewelry or valuable objects come from volcanic rocks. These rocks are known as host rocks because they serve as the cradle for gems to form. The process begins deep inside the earth where magma, a hot, liquid mixture of melted rocks, starts to cool down. As the magma solidifies, it forms volcanic rocks, and it's inside these rocks that precious stones begin to develop. The formation of gems is a long and complex process, but it's the heat and pressure deep inside the earth that creates these natural wonders. What's even more fascinating is understanding how magma forms. This hot liquid is the result of several conditions: an increase in temperature, a decrease in pressure, and even changes in the chemical composition of the rocks. These factors are responsible for melting the rocks, turning them into magma. This process can occur in areas where tectonic plates meet, such as subduction zones or volcanic activity hotspots. A recent example that illustrates this phenomenon well was the eruption of the Cumbre Vieja volcano in the Canary Islands. The eruption released large volumes of magma, creating new rock formations where gems can be found. As the magma cools, it starts forming the rocks we're interested in, like kimberlite, which is the host rock for diamonds. These rocks are the ones that... Now that we understand a bit about how gems are formed, it's time to take a look at where these stones can actually be found. One of the best-known examples is kimberlite, a volcanic rock that's famous for being the carrier of diamonds. This rock is responsible for bringing diamonds from deep within the earth all the way to the surface. Kimberlite can be found in several parts of the world, and in some places, you might even get lucky and come across one of these deposits. In the United States, for instance, kimberlite has been discovered in states like Arizona, Arkansas, and Colorado. So, if you happen to be in one of those areas, you already know, it might be a great idea to start your hunt. But don't think the chances of finding precious stones are limited to those regions. A lot of people don't realize this, but there are many other parts of the world with similar geological formations that could be hiding precious stones. A great example is Yellowstone National Park, where deposits of rhyolite, formed by massive volcanic eruptions, can contain gems like sapphires and garnets. For those who love exploring nature, these areas are a fantastic opportunity to combine the thrill of adventure with the chance of finding something truly valuable. And here's a practical tip. If you live near any of these rock formations like kimberlite or rhyolite, why not plan an expedition to explore the area? Whether it's just a hobby or a weekend adventure, you can start searching for these hidden gems. Remember, the natural world is full of surprises, and you never know what you might. Now that we know a bit more about the rocks that house gems, let's talk about another fascinating formation: pegmatites. These rocks are incredibly interesting because they have giant grains and the power to store a variety of precious gems. A classic example of this can be found in California, where pegmatites are rich in minerals like tourmaline and aquamarine. These minerals form due to the way magma cools slowly, creating these large-sized crystals. If you're exploring the area, knowing what to look for in pegmatites can increase your chances of finding these rare gems. In addition to pegmatites, another rock worth exploring is rhyolite, which is also known for hiding precious gems. Volcanic eruptions form this rock, and within it, you can find sapphires and garnets. If you take a look at Yellowstone National Park, you'll see how rhyolite was formed from massive volcanic eruptions, leaving behind a rich collection of hidden gems. What's fascinating about this rock is that, while it may seem common, it holds an incredible secret inside. Precious stones that can only be accessed by those who know how to search for them. Another interesting example of rocks that hide gems are basalts, formed from the rapid cooling of magma. These basalts can house garnets and other precious stones. While traveling through volcanic areas, like Hawaii, you might come across basalts that, although they may seem simple, hide natural treasures inside. The important thing to remember here is that geology isn't just about studying rocks. It's about understanding how the planet works and how these precious stones make their way to us, waiting to be discovered. And, if you're paying attention, you could be the next one to Now that you understand the fascinating process of how precious stones form and where to look for them, how about continuing your exploration journey? By sticking around, you'll learn even more about how to identify precious stones, especially in rivers and other off-the-beaten-path locations. This will give you a big advantage when you're out in the field, whether it's for a hobby or scientific curiosity. Not only will you understand the theory, but you'll also have a practical guide for putting that knowledge into action. You can bet on it. The more you know, the easier it will be to find what's hidden on our planet. Also, if you want to have all this information neatly organized, don't miss out on checking our complete gemology ebook. It contains everything you need to know, from the types of stones to how to identify them in different environments. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out, or if you already have some knowledge in the area. The guide will help you take the next step. I'll leave the link to the ebook pinned in the first comment of this video. And to make sure you keep learning, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll stay up to date with new videos. And who knows, maybe in the future you'll get to share your own discoveries with us. I hope you've learned everything you need to start your own hunt for precious stones and better understand how the gem formation process works. As we've seen, nature is full of secrets, and some of them might be right in front of you, waiting to be uncovered. Good luck on your journey, and may fortune follow you as you explore rocks and rivers in search of hidden treasure. Remember, the knowledge you've gained today could just be the beginning of a new adventure. And of course, don't forget to comment below with your experience and leave that like to support more videos like this. If you enjoyed the content, share it with your friends and let's keep learning together. And be sure to check out the next video. It might help you even more in unlocking the world of precious stones. It's showing on the screen right now. Until next time, and may your journey be filled with amazing discoveries.